The Coordinator Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, Mr. Felix Obuah, has promised to push for the provision of emergency management equipment for the local Emergency Management Committee at the grassroots and other disaster managers to tackle the emergencies in the FCT. The Coordinator AMMC made the promise at the third quarterly meeting on flooding and waste management organized by the FCT Emergency Management Department in collaboration with the National Emergency Management Agency in Abuja. Holina Adejoh was there and now reports.
With participants drawn from over 30 MDAs and other relevant stakeholders in emergency management at the venue of this year's third quarterly meeting on flooding and waste management put together by the FCT Emergency Management Department and the National Emergency Management Agency, had participants who were determined to save lives and properties during emergencies. They showcased a robust exchange of ideas for a broad-based approach to disaster. The coordinator, Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, Mr. Felix Obuah, at the event, lauded efforts of the FCT Emergency Management Department in organizing the meeting in view of the emerging disasters. He noted that inefficient disaster management at the onset could negatively impact the environment. The coordinator encouraged stakeholders in disaster management at the community level to be resilient and not to relent in ensuring safety at all times, assuring them of the department's commitment in providing the needed support to enable them mitigate disasters when it occurs.
As a matter of fact, I felt that there is a need that these volunteers, the divers, should be taken care of. I did ask what are the necessary intensive provided for this people, because if they are well taken care of, most of what these things, the mitigation will be taken care of. Just like example, they did request about life jacket. These are supposed to be provided without even asking for. These are what I'm going home to write to the Honorable Minister, and by the special grace of God, by the time I come back next time for this thing, it's not going to be the same issue again. I'm assuring all of you that by the special grace of God, we are going to look into this aspect.
The annual third quarterly stakeholders meeting, according to the acting director of FCT Emergency Management Department, Lady Florence Dawon Wenegeme, aims at bringing stakeholders together to discuss ways of fostering an effective collaboration during emergencies. FEMD Acting Director General, speaking further on the essence of the meeting, said synergy among emergency respondents cannot be undermined in disaster management. She noted that the lessons learned from the meeting will cascade to every nook and crannies of the Federal Capital Territory.
Like the name implies, third quarter activation and refresher meeting for local divers, vanguards, disaster marshals, and town criers. We also had the local emergency management committee, well represented from the 6 area council, and the purpose is that the message should be taken to the grassroots.
Director General, National Emergency Management Agency, Mrs. Zubaida Umar, represented by Mr. Justin Wazurunyi, while speaking on waste management, noted that it is a perennial challenge in contemporary time, and the FCT is not an exception in trying to mitigate the impact of disasters today.
In every community or a society, you have rules. People are flouting rules, environmental rules. That is one. And NEMA is advocating for collaboration and cooperation among citizens, among stakeholders, so that we will reduce disaster. That is what we are advocating.
In a practical demonstration, Mr. Kaza, a professional diver, explained some modern techniques in emergency rescue mission during flooding. Holina, Adejoh, ASO Television News.